added motion graphics to this video which you're seeing on the screen entirely using Claude Code and a secret hyperframes editing skill without having any editing experience or Premiere Pro, Adobe Effects experience whatsoever. And I literally did this in less than 10 minutes, and I'm going to show you exactly how to edit your videos right now in this particular video. Now, all you got to need is just 3 specific tools. One is the Claude Code Desktop app. Second is Hyperframes for the motion graphics. And then finally CapCut for sound design. That's your entire tech stack. That's it. And for the setup, before we actually get into the build, is 2 skills. One is the hyperframe skill, which you can see on the screen over here. And number 2 is a skill created by the Zinny Studios channel, which is linked right here at the bottom somewhere. And also I've linked their channel in the description. This person created a skill so powerful for editing that honestly, compared to every other editing tutorial that I've seen on Claude, this is the best one that was ever created for editing. And we're going to use that skill for this specific video right now. Alright, as you can see from my screen, we are on the Claude Code desktop version. The very first thing you want to do is find your folder. So right now I have it on one of the folders which does not have my contents. So I'm just going to go over here. It's video edit for YouTube, as you can see. I'm going to switch it. Of course, it's my workspace, so I'm going to trust it. You're going to be on Opus 4.8. It is the higher model right now for Claude, so it's actually going to be used to perform all the edits. Next, what you want to do is go into hyperframes. So if you're not familiar, I just showed you earlier. So you want to go into hyperframes right over here and grab this one specific skill which you can see. So I'm going to copy it. I am going to just move this out of my way and then add this over here. I believe I already have the skill because I did use the skill and I created edits for it earlier for my Instagram channel. But yeah, I'm just going to say install this skill and that's it. So you can see, let it go ahead and do it. Alright, so I finally attached the HN skill, which is step number 1. As you can see, it did flag a risk, but it's nothing worth, freaking out about. So we're just going to move forward. I added the skill from Zinny Studio as an attachment, and I'm just going to put in the prompt. I want you to use the attach skill to edit this YouTube 30-second video. Already had video. Then I'm actually going to link my video over here. So at raw video mp4. So that's actually the file name inside my attached folder. So as you know earlier, the very first step was attaching your right folder. So I'm just going to pull it up over here so you can actually see what I mean by that. I have my documents. I'm actually working within this particular folder. So it has my video edit. When you click it, it has my raw video, which you can see, which is the one that I actually linked and tagged in this particular prompt. It has my design styles, which we're actually going to get to in a bit. And it has the skill from the Zinny Studio as well. So make sure to only work inside this folder. That's the prompt. I'm actually going to just click enter and run the particular command. Now, what Claude is specifically going to do is run through the skills checklist. It's going to make sure it has all the softwares installed on the desktop. Specifically Prelight, which is pretty much going to use to transcribe the video, and then it's going to ask me a couple of questions to ensure that it aligns with my specific requirements, whether I'm looking for images from Higgsfield, whether I'm looking for motion graphics, and then it's also going to pretty much ensure that my brand design templates, as you can see, it's reading the design system. So before actually getting to this stage, you need to make sure you have your design files created using Claude or Canva, and have it attached to your folder which you're working under, so you can actually edit using your fonts, colors, and brand style overall. So I'm just going to click allow, and let's see what happens right now. So again, it's still processing. It's making sure I have the right requirements or installing the softwares that I need. Okay, so it just took some time to process, like roughly 3 minutes. It also transcribed the video. So this is pretty much my 27-second video over here. And it's going to actually grab the frames. It's still processing, extracting the frames, extracting my face and my avatar. So that's pretty much the checklist that's actually going to work under. Okay, so now I reached the first actually asking me the question whether I want motion graphics, or images with the Higgsfield MCP, which we're not going to do in this specific video. or if I want like, motion graphics, images, and like a screen recording. I don't really have a screen recording for this 30-second like video, so I'm just gonna click motion graphics right now. Number two, how much of my, my face do you actually want to see in the specific video? I'm gonna say balanced or full. I'm gonna say graphics on the screen. Most of the time you appear mainly at the open and close. I'm gonna say lean out. Captions on the screen, full word but no captions. I think this is a YouTube video. I'm gonna be like no captions. If it was an Instagram video, yeah, of course I would keep captions, like when the motion graphics are not there and my face is there. But since it's a YouTube video, I click no captions. So let's come back when it's actually going to the next step. Okay, so it took my answers of motion graphics, it locked it in, my avatar kind of like going out of the screen when the motion graphics are going on, and finally like no captions because it's a YouTube video. It pretty much broke it by section, so it took each line, as you can see, of what I said in the 30 seconds of the raw video. It broke it out like when the avatar is actually going to be seen on the screen. So pretty much based on my request, I said it's going to be shown during the hook, during the intro, and the final section. It also like put out the motion graphics for each timestamp, and does the storyboard look right? It's actually confirming with me based on the skill. I'm actually going to be like, yes, I actually went through it, it looks accurate. So let's see what the next steps are. Okay, so I approved the checklist from above, like, when my avatar comes in, when it goes out, it tracked the timestamps, the beats and everything. Claude took about roughly 15 minutes to do all the edits. It asked me if it actually wants to add the sound design, but it does not have access to the files. So I'm just going to do it manually inside CapCut. Or you could actually use Claude Code to do the add the sound designs. But I just said like, give me the voiceover with the motion graphics, and then we can figure out sound design later. So we have the file right over here, as you can see. We're going to click it and watch the video together. Most business owners are still doing everything manually in 2026, from chasing leads to nurturing them to following up with them. Meanwhile, AI can handle all of the three faster, more efficiently, and without even taking a day off. Now, the businesses winning right now aren't working harder. They're working smarter because they've got the right AI system running inside the operation from day one. The ones still doing it manually, well, they're not losing slowly, but they are losing fast in time. Okay, so this is a cool, quick 30-second intro for like another YouTube video. And I honestly feel like it preserved my brand, font, styles, colors. The motion graphics were mind-blowing. Like without any editing experience, cannot really edit like that. I honestly feel like it is awesome. Like just the way it added the text, the motion graphics per my beat, per my timestamp, and it's just amazing. Like I would not change anything about it. Of course, you can always go into your preferred editing software and add the right sound effects. You can add sound effects like the whoosh, the ding, elevated ding sound, all inside the files inside Claude, and ask it to do it. But I would personally not make any changes per se. Alright, so that's the entire workflow on how you can actually use Claude Code and Hyperframes to edit your entire videos without any editing experience whatsoever. If you found this video useful, definitely drop a like, and check out this video, which is linked somewhere over here, on how you can actually use Claude to develop your very own AI operating system in less than 30 minutes. And if you want to work with us one-on-one to automate your entire business operations, check out the first link in the description below to be ahead of your competition. As usual, I'll see you guys in next time's video. Have a good one.